title The Curse of Briarwood Mansion. On the outskirts of a small, forgotten town stood Briarwood Mansion, an imposing structure that had been left to rot for decades. The townsfolk spoke of it in hushed tones, warning of the curse that had befallen the once grand estate. Briarwood was no ordinary mansion. It was a place where darkness had taken root, a place where souls were trapped, unable to find peace. The mansion had belonged to the Langley family, wealthy landowners who mysteriously vanished one stormy night over a century ago. The official story was that they had abandoned the estate, fleeing to escape a scandal. But those who lived in the town knew better. They whispered of screams that echoed through the night, of strange lights flickering in the windows long after the family had disappeared. Many had tried to uncover the secrets of Briarwood Mansion, but none had returned. Over time, the mansion's windows were boarded up, its doors locked tight, and the overgrown gardens reclaimed the land. But the house stood, looming and silent, like a sentinel guarding a terrible secret. One night, a group of curious paranormal investigators decided to document the truth behind the legends. Armed with cameras, recording devices, and a healthy dose of skepticism, they entered Briarwood Mansion, eager to uncover its mysteries. As they stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind them with a force that shook the walls. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and an unnatural chill settled over them. The mansion seemed to breathe, its walls groaning and creaking as if alive. The group split up, each investigator taking a different part of the house to explore. They found rooms filled with dust-covered furniture, portraits of the Langley family staring down at them with hollow eyes, and mirrors that seemed to reflect not just their images but something else, something lurking just out of sight. As they ventured deeper into the mansion, the temperature dropped, and a dense fog began to seep through the cracks in the walls. The investigators' breath came out in visible puffs, and they began to hear whispers, soft at first, like a distant conversation, but soon they grew louder, more insistent. "Get out. Leave this place." One of the investigators, a young woman named Emily, felt a cold hand brush against her cheek. She spun around, but there was no one there. Her camera, which had been recording everything, suddenly malfunctioned, the screen flickering before going black. Panic set in as the group tried to regroup, but the mansion seemed to twist and change around them. Hallways stretched on endlessly, doors that had once been there vanished, and the whispers turned into guttural growls. The once grand staircase now looked like a mouth of jagged teeth, ready to devour anyone who dared to descend. Then, from the shadows, they emerged the spirits of the Langley family. Their faces were gaunt, their eyes hollow and filled with an eternal sorrow. They moved towards the investigators, their hands outstretched, begging for help, for release from their cursed existence. But the mansion had other plans. The spirits were not there to be saved, they were part of the curse, bound to the house forever. The walls began to close in, the fog thickened, and the mansion's malevolent energy surged. One by one, the investigators fell, their screams swallowed by the darkness, their bodies disappearing into the shadows. The mansion fed on their fear, their despair, adding their souls to its growing collection. By morning, Briarwood Mansion stood silent once again, the only evidence of the investigators' presence a single camera, left on the porch, its lens cracked, and its memory card filled with footage that no one would dare to watch. To this day, the townsfolk continue to avoid Briarwood Mansion. They know that the curse lives on, and that those who enter will never return. The mansion waits, patient and hungry, for the next soul to cross its threshold, to join the cursed Langley family in their eternal torment. And if you listen closely, on a quiet, foggy night, you might hear the echoes of their cries, forever trapped within the walls of Briarwood Mansion,